A Texan shave, steel in hand, traditional wet, shaving smooth and grand.
Howdy, and welcome back to A Texan Shaves. This video is going to be interesting. Everything I'm using is brand new. Everything. The razors, plural, the soap and splash, and the brush. And I've got two brand new blades. Now, I've used these blades, the brand, but I haven't used these blades. So everything is semantics, right? Everything is brand new. Let's go over the software first, because this video is really about the razors. So I am using, it is Razor Emporium Winter Woods. And if you saw Shave Masters, I showed this and talked about it on Shave Masters. I do have the splash. And the set also comes with, you only buy this in a set, comes with a pre-shave soap, which I am not going to be using today. But it's a limited edition winter release. It's a scent inspired by winter's depth and wonder. Frosted fir, black spruce, juniper and anise, and tonka and musk. It is a wonderful fragrance, and these are always limited releases, guys. So once they're gone, they're gone. Normally these sell out in the first day or two, but there's still some left. I'm assuming they made extras this year. So run over, I believe it's like $39 for the complete set. You can only buy it in a bundle. Very amazing price for that as well. Let me get this note out of the way. For the brush, I just received this today, actually. I opened it up and then I came and got everything together for this video. And this is, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Barba Tradicional. He did the collaboration with the wet shaving store. It was a soap called Hero. It had the blue and white stripes on it. It was in honor of his father. Well, he had a brush made too. I remember seeing him post the prototype excuse me, of this brush on Instagram a long time ago, and I was excited for it. Well, now it's being made. You can get it at Frank's Shaving. Here it is. Let me get you a good close-up view. Is a beautiful acrylic vintage style brush with a nice synthetic knot. I don't have all the deets on this or anything. Listen to me, I'm hip. Details on this or anything. Because I just got it in. I didn't put it in my notes and stuff, but I'll be using this again. I'll talk more about it later. But I'm really excited. It's a nice, it's a smaller brush. I can see myself taking this on travel because for a smaller brush, it's got a nice full head on that knot there. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about Carrie. Not sure if you're familiar with the name Carrie. Carrie is the sole founder of Oumo. And I've got my notes here. He spent his first decade after graduation in dedication to mastering the craft in 4A advertising, a period of rigorous professional growth, he says. When that chapter closed, he stepped into a new phase of life around 30. I believe he's around 39 right now. He ventured into trading, founded his own company, and later launched two makeup brush brands, Oumo Makeup Brush and Urkunet Makeup Brush. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not sure, but I'm going to call it Urkunet. His razor brand, Urkunet Razor, evolved from Urkunet Makeup Brush, just as Oumo Shaving Brush grew from Oumo Makeup Brush. Each new brand carries the legacy of its predecessor. And a little bit about the name Urkunet. The name came from, and this is from Carrie, the name came from a touch of serendipity. Years ago, while playing Mountain Blade Warband video game, I was struck by the courage of an NPC character and kept his name in mind. When naming the brand, that memory resurfaced, infusing it with a story of resilience from day one. So the name Urkunet actually came from an NPC out of a video game. I think that's kind of cool. So that's information on Urkunet. For those of you that aren't familiar with the company, it's started just like Oumo did, and around the same time as Oumo. Oumo took that first step before Urkunet did into wet shaving with brushes, doing a fantastic, amazing job. I have 4 or 5 Oumo brushes, and I love every one of them. So now let's talk about the razor. When I first saw the specs on these razors, what little specs there were, mainly what caught me off guard were the blade gaps. This razor starts at 1.5, then goes up to 2.0, and then 2.5. I ordered the 1.5 in polished. This is the Assassin Razor by Urkunet. And beautiful, beautiful razor. And the handle on this one's called the Fuxi, F-U-X-I. I'm assuming that's how it's pronounced. Beautiful, beautiful handle. And some of the specs on this handle is 52.2 grams. All the handles are 3.5 inches long. This is the mild base plate at 1.5 millimeter. And they say it's for sensitive skin, daily use, or seeking a quick, barely there shave. 1.5. I'm thinking, man, some of my aggressive razors are all 1.5. Now, some of us know, most of us should know, I know, you can't judge a razor on blade gap alone. The geometry and everything else makes a huge difference in it all. The clamping, the angle, everything. Exposure. So, gap alone does not really mean much. It's still kind of an astonishing gap, though. That's what caught my interest. So much so that I thought, well, I do have the Sterling Hyper Aggressive. I'm wondering what a 2.5 would be like. So I turned around and ordered a 2.5. This one's in the machine finish. And one reason I went back to grab this handle. This handle is the Xuanyan. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Xuanyuan. This one comes in at 66 grams in weight, 3.5 inches long. And but I really enjoyed the design. I want to get the third handle too, the Kunwu. Eventually I will. And probably with the 2.0 millimeter plate, just to have the complete collection. When I went to get the handle, I was like, I might as well just get a whole new razor because I want to try the 2.0 anyway, instead of just getting the base plate. So I went ahead and grabbed a whole new razor. And this one I got in the machine finish. The finish is nice. The only spot I see with probably any that could have been done a little bit better is just right on the top of that top cap. And I doubt it's going to come across, so it's really just nitpicky, honestly. But there are some finishing marks there that aren't quite consistent with the rest of the finish of the razor. Nitpicky, though. Perfectly nitpicky. For a machine finish, you don't feel any of the machining lines on the top cap. It's almost like it's slightly polished. It's very smooth. There are no ridges that my finger can feel or sense. Same thing with the handle. The handle is very smooth for a machine finish. It's almost like it's a basic polish. Really, really beautiful finishing on this. And then the third finish they have is Bead Blast. And it looks super smooth as well, honestly. So a little bit about the razor. Then we'll get into the shave and see. I'm going to do 1.5 on this side and 2.5 on this side. I'm going to compare them. So our razor features a wide top cap design which significantly reduces the blade's overhang. This crucial design element dramatically increases the blade's rigidity during the shave, minimizing vibration and subtly softening the feel of the blade against the skin. Precise blade exposure. The Assassin razor is calibrated to a blade exposure of 0.1 millimeters, and that's on all three base plate types. 0.1 millimeters. This micron level precision ensures a close shave while prioritizing skin comfort and minimizing irritation. Increased blade clamping area. The base plate has been redesigned to increase the blade surface area that clamps the blade. This provides an exceptionally solid foundation, eliminating any potential blade movement for unwavering consistency with every stroke. So I said the mild base plate is 1.5 millimeter, they say, for sensitive skin, daily use, or seeking a quick, barely there shave. The efficient base plate is 2.0. This is a daily choice for balancing closeness and comfort. And then aggressive base plate is 2.5 millimeters, tackling dense beards, pursuing the ultimate close experience. And the final handle, I didn't mention it much, but Kunwu is 57.4 grams in weight. So the Fuxi is the 52.2. It's the lightest. The Xuanyan, however, 66 grams is the heaviest. And the Kunwu at 57.4 is the middle. And they explain on their website where they got the names sort of the razors and stuff like that. Like I believe the Xuanyuan. I'm going to stop trying to pronounce that name. Is a legendary sword. Anyway, so I really like how where they came up with these names. Really nice. So let's get this brush wet and loaded, and then we're going to load these razors. Let's load the razors first, so I can show you the inside of these caps. Let me dry my hand off. So we're going to start loading the 1.5 first, and this is the polished version. Give you another look at that handle. Try to make that focus. All right. And here is, see if we can get this enough where you can read it. I think that was probably best right there. There you go. And then here is the inside of the cap and top of the plate. All right, so we're going to load that with a first use Tatara. And I believe I stated I have not used these razors yet, so these are all first impressions. Yeah, I did mention this is the first time for everything in here. Now you can see there is very, very little exposure there at all. All right. Now we're going to load. Now you can see from the profile that is a much higher standing top cap on there. So that increased the blade gap. Now on both of these, the top cap is a hair wider than the base plate. And I think you can possibly see that here. And this one has a O-ring on here that I have to unscrew off. I didn't realize it was there. It wasn't on the other one. Get that off. There we go. And let's show you everything on the 2.5 millimeter. All right. Now, I have not shaved since Monday. Today is Thursday. This video will be going up Friday. I have quite a bit of growth because I was growing my beard back. Some of you are happy about me growing my beard back. Some of you are about to be upset because I'm about to shave it all off again. Some of you are going to like that I'm shaving it off again because some of you are enjoying me being clean shaven. So not taking a vote on it. Thank you all for your kind words on this. But for today, I'm taking it off for the experience of these razors. So, all right, let's go back to, oh, I didn't show you this. So let's show you this razor with the blade in it. And you can see that exposure seems like less, but I think it's just because of the gap. But yeah, very little blade exposure. Let me compare the two. Yeah, they're the same. All right, but man, that gap. I don't know if you can see that. I can park my truck under there. Ooh, we'll see. All right. Let's get the brush wet. Get the lid off this soap. Oh, it smells so good. And we're going to load this brush up. Beautiful. All right, set that right there. Get this tub rinsed out. And we're going to set that aside. All right, glasses off and the face wet. All right, here we go. Just flopped a big old blob of lather on my towel here. This brush has a good amount of backbone. I like it. But we of course need water. I'm knocking everything off my counter. And it smells good. I'm going with the big water. Let me know down below if you've used Razor Emporium soap before. I personally love them, as well as the Rex Supply Company soaps. I have most of them. Still need to get a few more Razor Emporium ones. I have all the Rex Supply Company. A little more water on this. Wow, they're just building up everywhere. Beautiful. And flinging everywhere too. Alright, I think we're good. Set this aside. Yep, I got it all over my counter here. All over my shirt. I was really flinging that. All right, then get the 1.5 first, wet and warmed up, and we're going on this side with it. Here we go, the Urkunet Assassin, right? Am I pronouncing that right? Urkunet? I'm just going to call it the Assassin. 1.5 Assassin. Okay. That's taking care of business. I don't find the polished finish being too slick for wet fingers. I was worried about that. Wow. Excellent. All right. Beautiful. I think we got it. Sorry, I was trying to get a nice, even divided line there, especially on my upper lip. That was kind of hard. All right, going for the 2.5. That was a good shave. I would not... I'm going to hold my thoughts until I get more of the shave done. Wow. That even sounds different. I don't know if you can hear that. But you can tell just by the feel how large that gap is. Luckily, I have about 4 days of growth. I don't know if I would use this on a daily. Who knows? I do silly things sometimes. Okay, right in here it felt a little rough. Just, well, not rough, but dangerous maybe. Okay. Okay. Let me get a quick rinse and feel the difference between these two. Be right back. All right. Honestly, I was not expecting this. Honestly, the 1.5 side has less than the 2.5. Go figure. I wasn't expecting that at all. But I'm not taking that to the bank because this is my first time using either of these razors. I need time with them to learn them. These are just first impressions. Doesn't mean anything. Absolutely nothing right now. So once I get more time on these razors, then it'll be a different story to do a comparison. Right now, I just wanted to get my starting point, my baseline with both of these razors. All right, let's get the face wet and go for the second pass. And I just thought I'd take y'all along for the journey on getting that baseline. Look at that. I just got lather flying everywhere out of this brush. Hold on to it, buddy. All right. Shove the lather up my nose. All right. So I'm going to have to learn how to load that brush too, because it is producing lather so much it can't even hold on to it. All right, we're going to go for the 1.5 again. Doing across the grain. That was very smooth. Feels very safe. I don't feel like I need to pay attention. With a 1.5, I did feel like you need to have a bit of skill before you get behind the wheel of that one. It's a great, comfortable pass. All right, back to the 2.5. And I do remember that these razors, I don't know the total weights. I'll have to go try to see if I can find the head weight on all these. But we do know that the 2.5 is heavier as well, which I am taking that into account for the differences. And right now, on this pass, since I expected more efficiency out of it, I'm trying a slightly different angle. A little bit more towards the top cap, thinking maybe I was burying the head and doing more scraping than shaving. Burying the edge. So, trying to pull it back a little bit to give the blade a better cutting angle. You can tell that it's quieter this time. And I think it was the angle I was using. Because of that large gap, I have to adjust for that. Oh, a little too hard to paint there. And I was just doing the same thing right then, so I had to back it off some. Yeah, definitely. And I realize I keep doing it, even though the exposure is the same, because of the safety bar placement, as opposed to the distance to basically the gap. I have to adjust for that, but I'm not. I keep finding myself going back to where I'm on the edge instead of having the edge at the right cutting angle. And I think I got another little weeper up here because of that, because I was kind of going with that edge straight in instead of the edge I actually had a cutting angle. So let me get a rinse. We're going to test this pass. We'll be right back. All right. Beautiful. All right. Through here. You know, I can't deny that the 1.5 is doing a better job. Again, don't take that to heart. This is not a review of these razors, just a first impressions, because I can tell you it's definitely my technique with that 2.5. Because there are some parts that are nice and clear and other parts that aren't, and they're the same parts where I was thinking about where my angle's at. So I definitely need more time behind the wheel of this one, the 1.5, and I'm going to actually go through and have a few shaves with this one first before I take this one out for a full 3 days to a week. But excellent razors, and I'm impressed that the 2.5 isn't as wildly aggressive as you would think it was, even though I knew there had been some magic in that head, and most of it's because of the minimal exposure and the clamping that they do on this. The clamping is 100% completely solid. The machining on these is so beautiful. Even the machine finish, other than that one little strip on top, you can't even tell it's machined. It almost looks polished, other than it's not shiny. Amazing craftsmanship on these. I'm happy with the purchase, and I will probably pick up the third one just to get the other handle and to get the other base plate, and I might as well just throw a top cap in and make it a full razor again. So the 1.5 already given me a fantastic shave. It's right in my comfort zone on angle, and as we can tell, and beautiful razor, super smooth and comfortable. I don't foresee this giving me any issue on against the grain, but I'm going to find out after a while. I just want to do a quick shave and display these razors for you guys and talk a little bit about it. There have been some good written reviews in some of the wonderful shave groups out there, such as Shave Dad. Go check those out. And I don't know if anyone else has done a video yet or not, but I hope there's more, because I would like to see some other people's impressions of these razors and get a little more information from them as well. I always like to know what everybody else's thoughts are too. If you have this razor, let me know your thoughts down below about them. But yeah, and so let's get the splash going for Winter Woods. I'm excited about this. So Winter Woods. It's an interesting color, kind of peachy colored. All right. For some reason on these large caps, that ring doesn't always break off on these. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. And the spruce is so good in this. That's all I've mainly been smelling so far off the soap. I'll put this all over. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, so there's a little bit of a cologne-y heart to this. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, man, I am so glad I got this set. Oh, I'm using this in the morning. That is... Oh, I can't. I've got to do the final shave, Dad. I'm using Michael tomorrow, which I love. Absolutely love. Looking forward all week to Michael. Oh. Wow. I'm going to put some more of this on. I got to get a second dose of this. And I'm going to put a third dose on right before bed, because I want to smell this all night. That is so good. I'll probably... hopefully have another video up with these razors at some point, especially that 2.5. It's interesting how it's designed. I want to give it another shot. I'm going to give a couple days growth again and just take that razor for a full 3 pass on its own And but I can tell that it's the angle I'm going at with that razor. It's not in my comfort zone, so I got to train myself to hold the right angle with that razor just because of how big that gap is. It's what I'm not used to. I only have a couple razors with a gap that large. One of them being the hyper aggressive and the standard of those razors from Sterling. And one other, I think, that has, I've got one. I can't remember where it's at or the name of it. But anyway, so it's a bit of an anomaly for me to have any kind of muscle memory for a razor with a gap that large. So I'm going to work on that, though. All right. That's all I got, guys. Go check out Winter Woods before it's gone. Go check out Frank's Shaving for the Barba Tradicional brush. It's only $23, I think, $22.95, and there's no tariffs on it to order it and get it into the States. It's a beautiful, beautiful blue brush. I am enjoying it so far. I'm going to use it again in the morning on a head shave. And the Urkunet razors are still available. I did not have any tariffs on these razors also coming from China. So check it out. If you have any questions, ask them below. If you have any of these items, let me know what you think of them down below. Find your peace in what and where you can. We'll see you next time on A Texan Shaves. Goodbye.
Find your peace in what and where you can.